Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thinking Game number 57. This your boy Mike Flair.
John P, welcome,
Back
welcome.
back
Thinking
at it.
game.
Thinking Game. Back at it one more time. Pull the slides up. We're trying to work on our remote game. So learn about life before you learn about success. Boop, the life and times of our youth. Learning about life, right? Giving back game to the youth. Perception. Does money add value to a person?
You got to say yes.
Yeah.
Money is the thing, or basically the objective. It's the new objective of life. You know what I mean? You
Always
can't,
been objective. There's nobody never said.
yeah, but you can't pursue happiness without money or something to finance that pursuit or that dream that it is.
I think I don't think money is happiness, but it give you the flexibility to do more things to make you happy. But happiness, I think, is an internal, personal thing. But
Well, I agree and disagree. So you can't be happy when you're hungry. You can't necessarily be happy when you're
says who?
homeless.
Says who?
So we have basic needs that need to be met.
Says who?
Um, Sad to say, they got a financial or monetary value on those things. It
Yeah,
costs to live. It costs to eat. You know
yeah.
what I mean? You can grow your own food, and that's cheaper and things like that. But you got to have land to grow your food on.
Well,
You know
some
what I
people
mean?
though
Land costs money.
they have a big house. They eat all the great food and they still not happy though.
You're correct about this. So it's
Mm,
always going to be an exception to the rule. It's
right.
always going to be something. Well, this and that. I know doctors that committed suicide, and I know rich people that have problems. You got to take care of every box. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe one is not important, um, more important than the other,
Right.
but money helps that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, what's money going to do when you have mental health problems?
Right.
Well, you still hear voices, but you're rich. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it'll be better hearing voices rich than on the street fighting those real demons. Hunger, cold, wet. You know what I mean? And safety, being safe,
Mm-hmm.
are all things. Sometimes money can buy, or
Right.
they can
Yeah.
buy the security things.
You think about with social media, man. I mean, there's a lot of broke people on social media playing like they got money, and people will listen to them because they think they got money, right? Selling
Yeah.
all these
So
master classes. There's so many master classes now. You know what I'm saying?
and then that brings up a point like where people are, they have like reasonable money, they have 9 to 5 money, so they got the
Oh yeah.
basic needs, but they're adding stress and anxiety to that because they want that upper tier money.
Right.
So they're doing things to risk their freedom to get that money on the other side. You know what I mean? The luxury side of just living. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's not a set goal or a set amount of money that a person wants to make, and that'll make them happy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Usually, go getters um, want to keep going to get it. They 70 years old and they still got to get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm 68 years old. I still got 3 jobs. I own 4 businesses, and things like that. And they're just still like, because you can't turn it off.
Right.
You gotta still take the money. You know what I mean? So finding that balance. You know what I mean? What creates happiness?
Yeah.
And then speaking of the youth, you know what I mean? From a poor man's perspective, like there's so much stuff that we know is fact. We don't even really think about that. We know this. We know those things. So we try
Yeah,
to
for sure.
with that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Was just some of the
Don't people don't if people think you don't got money, they won't even listen to you. Like if they think it's weird how the thing work. Like in reality, like if people think, oh man, what you gonna tell me? Dude, you broke, man. What you gonna tell me, man? You know what I'm saying? Some people think like that, you know what I'm saying? They think because you broke, you don't have good advice, you know what I'm saying?
I've got some
And
wise advice from a homeless man. You
yeah,
know what I mean,
yeah,
or a veteran that's been through things. You know what I mean. He's had it all and lost it all, and it just really doesn't bother him, and that's a really good mindset. And money. does sometimes validate you in certain arenas. Like, well, he may be stupid, but he pays, so I'm gonna listen to him. I'm gonna listen
Right.
to his podcast, or I'm gonna listen to his advice. Or he's rich, and then you're taking his advice on romance and love and
Right.
religion. But
Mm.
just because he's good at making money
Right.
doesn't mean he can tell you what you need to be doing spiritually and this and that. That doesn't, you know what I mean?
Even he make money, like Warren Buffett can write all the books, but if you can't execute like Warren Buffett, it's useless. You know what I'm saying? And most people can't execute like Warren Buffett. And he's just selling you game that you can't use because you can't execute the same way he can. Some people can. I'm just saying, but a lot of times though, you ain't gonna execute like that. Though.
Yeah, and that's the thing, you know what I mean? You are not going to have their opportunities. You don't have
Yes.
their talent. You don't have
Right.
their point of view to
Yeah.
see things. You know what I mean? And then
Hmm.
by the time you learn what they learn, it's changed. So
Yes.
I like about your advice. You know, you give like fundamentals. You know what I mean? We go specific on certain things on a how to. This is what the step it takes. You know what I mean? Gaining skills, um, getting relevant skills to the market, and seeing kind of foreseeing the need of the skills that you want to acquire and possess
Yeah. When I
to
was
make
younger, I didn't
money.
understand that. Like skill set, like, but skill set bring you the big checks, man. The bigger the skill set, the more problems you solve with your skill set, the bigger the paycheck. That sounds like a T-shirt. Skill sets bring the big paycheck.
Exactly. And another thing too, like some people don't feel valued. Well, I am more than my resume, right? And I understand that, and you are to your family. But when you're asking somebody for a certain amount of salary, you have to present and look desirable to them.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm your friend. I'm your cousin. I'm your loved one. I see your value. You have value to me, but to
Right.
that company, you don't like really have it.
Exactly.
So you
Yeah.
got it seems maybe superficial, but you got to add value to yourself. Not that you want, that other people see as value, and that's
Exactly.
against what you've been taught. Because like people should accept you and your value how you are. Just be
Right.
natural, and people will accept you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they know your worth. You know what I
Right.
mean? They're supposed to know your worth, and you're worth the world, even though you don't look desirable to them. Maybe at this company,
And
your skill
yeah.
set, and your attitude.
We have to condition our kids to understand the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell yourself a dream. You got to understand the reality, how things work. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people want all positive affirmation, but they don't want to hear the reality. Like they want to hear all the pros, but they don't want to hear the cons, right?
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
been accused of being negative many times by
No,
loved
same
ones.
here.
Like,
Yeah.
well, did you even consider? Well, failure is not an option. Well, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, but what
Yeah.
happens? Well, we don't think about those things,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're crushed when those things maybe kind of fall through. You
Boy,
know what I
when
mean?
they happen, yeah.
Or you conditioned, or like it's a bad habit that keeps working out, so you don't really have to deal with it.
Right.
Well, you don't never think about failure, and you succeed all the time, so you think
Right.
that mindset is correct. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? So the one time you made it through 10 levels, but then maybe level 11 you fail, and then you see those big people that don't know how to come back or don't know how to deal with it. You know what I mean? Or face their own weakness or improve themselves.
Yeah. So next topic is when we was younger, were you used as a scapegoat for people to get out of situations? Somebody ever used you as a scapegoat? I know I was. I know had homeboys like, oh man, you know Mike, man, he always keeping us up late, man. You know what I'm saying? He can't pick us up in the morning, Carlo, man. You know, he over there on Right Avenue, man. He had us up all night.
Or even like your parents, well, I can't go to that job function, or I can't make that church service. Them kids got to be up,
Boy,
or this and that. So it's just all kind of things being used. as an excuse, or the house always dirty because of y'all, right? Um,
Mm,
well, I drink out the same cup. You know what I mean? I got this little Scooby Doo spoon and Scooby Doo fork that I use all the time. You know what I mean?
right.
And I'm the one messing up all the dishes. You know what I mean? I'm the one doing this. So it's like, but it's not what you're doing. It's like accountability from the
It's
adults.
all about. I think it's all about perspective too. Some people's perspective is like that. They build a perspective around it. It's always somebody else. It's not them. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I think we taught each other that being younger, we had to own up to the stuff we did. Because some people will tell you a story, but they never tell you the whole story. You be like, it's gaps in there somewhere. You're not telling me everything. We
So
would
he
tell each
just
other
went.
everything, what we messed up at and everything.
Yeah, so you just went over there and she just started tripping. Yeah, man, I ain't do
Yeah,
nothing.
I ain't do nothing. She's man, I don't know what happened. Just
That
out the
don't
blue.
sound like I know you. That don't sound like you. You did
Exactly.
something. You said something.
Yeah.
So, and, the weird thing to me is when people tell those stories. You know what I mean? The third or fifth time, they start to believe that's how it really happened.
Exactly.
So it's like you believe that. Like I think if Jerry Springer, well, R.P. Jerry, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or Maury took them at a show and did a lie detector, they would actually pass the lie detector because they believe the story they're telling to be the truth. That's the only
Right.
truth. And some people are just like off like that,
Yeah.
out of touch yet with reality.
And growing up in the hood, you deal with people like that all the time. Even the homeless man think his story is awesome. It makes sense. Drug addict, we thinking this story makes sense, man. Look, man, I smoked crack, man, because I was stressed out. I couldn't pay my bills, man. That's the only thing I could.
It's my fault.
It
Like
makes total sense. It makes total sense.
I'm a functioning crackhead. You know what I mean? But it is. You know what I mean? So
Functioning crackhead. That is show for real. All right. This is definitely in your 20s right here. Some dudes didn't do this, some did. So were you ever a wingman when you was younger? Most of
man,
the people even know what that is. Most of you know you're a wingman. Your homeboy call you up, say, "Hey man, I gotta go talk to I need you to wing for me real quick, man, because these girls they always roll together. So I need some wingmen to take on the block, man, the lead block, man."
some ribs O'Neal, Mike Allstott in this situation.
It's all about perspective, though.
You
I
know
just
what I
use it
mean?
as
Hey, you
practice.
can't you
For
can't win
somebody,
a tag team championship without a partner.
yes,
So
that's true.
um,
I use it as practice. Somebody asked me to wing man, sure, because I can practice some of my game plan stuff, some of my gadget plays that I wouldn't run normally in the game. So I can run a power revere to see how it worked, in a wingman situation, because I probably may never see this person again. But guess what? I know the play work. If it don't work, nah, let me do some more tweaking on that before I use that in real life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I mean, I've met some really interesting people in the situations. Going out with a buddy, and she had a friend. You know what I mean? And they didn't want her to be they didn't want her to be a third wheel or anything, so they invited me to kind of balance it out. You know what I mean? I met some really, really good, interesting people. It didn't work out romantically, but
It really never does. And you tell your homeboy, dude, if I gotta wing this, you better score the touchdown. Ain't no 3rd and 2. ain't no tie game. You gotta win it.
like Marshawn Lynch and the Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Well, I think we
Boy,
should throw the slant. You know what I mean? Don't get
boy.
cute. Run it 4 times in a
Yeah.
row.
Yes.
Um, but I mean, it's just very interesting. And
Yeah.
anybody out there, if you got hooked up with a friend in this situation and it worked out and y'all got married,
Boy.
comment, tell us the story. You know what I mean?
Boy. Sometimes though, you have to have a wingman because it's like the friend will hate on you though. I mean, from back in the day, just in that era though, they will mess it up. I mean, they'll mess up everything. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you have to entertain the friend. If you don't, you definitely not gonna score. It's a wrap. You can forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
But if you got a good personality and funny, you should probably be able to talk, two people at one time. You know what I mean, and keep it take on the two
No,
at
it's
one.
not. I think it's not that. I think it's I don't know if it's like a hate thing. I don't know. It's weird, but
I'm not
um,
having fun. I want to leave. Everybody
yeah,
got to leave. We roll together.
exactly. I'm shutting it down for everybody. Since y'all don't
We
want to help
ride
me, I'm shutting it
together.
down for
We
everybody.
die together. You know what I mean? So,
Boy,
but do you think men are like that? Like, men go out in a group and one is
it
really having a good
depends.
time. Do they? Man, well, I'm gonna leave you. You having a good time, man. And, I don't like you here. The girls aren't talking to me. We need to go. Are men kind of like that too?
I think it could have been dudes like that, but most dudes like that just don't care though. Like, hey, I can't be responsible for your happiness, dog.
But we rode together, man.
Hey man, when you get on that field, man, I'm a wide receiver, man. You're a running back, man. You got to do your assignment, man. I'm running the go route, man. You got to block. You got to give me 8 seconds, man, to get down the field.
You don't have to chip block this
Boy,
278-pound defensive
boy,
lineman.
man, for real. All right, next topic. Mental health. And I think this is mental health month, the month of May, mental health month. How about that? What do you think the percentage of people in the inner city that have mental health issues? So like thinking about when we was growing up.
3 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Boy.
A
Yeah.
lot. You know what I mean? Like a
At
lot of
least I'm gonna say four.
people
I'm gonna say 4 out of 10.
over like attention deficit maybe or habit activity um, is misdiagnosed. Like it's
Yeah.
overdiagnosed or
When they brought I think when they
underdiagnosed.
brought
Like everybody
scan,
taking pills.
when they brought scan into the mix and child abuse and stuff, I think that's when ADD started getting prevalent though.
Yeah.
Because that belt will cure all ADD, I promise you. I probably had ADD. That's probably why I'm so good at IT, man. I can do so many different things at one time, be multitasking.
Yeah, some people say that it's a superpower. You know what I mean? If you learn how to focus it or whatever, or don't learn, like just really let your
But it can
mind
get out of
go
control
off
too, man.
in
Yeah.
those random directions. But I don't think you can beat a mental illness out
No,
of
it'll make you line up though, because it's like, what am I trying to say? Let's say if you have a problem saying your ABCs and you know there's no recourse there, and but if you know if you mess up, there's strap coming across your backside.
But like
That
that,
motivates you to get your ABCs out of the way,
well, I mean,
like
so
A, B, C. What come out to C? WAP D E F G.
I mean that works. I mean, probably maybe an animal, but if there's a mental block or
It loosens up. It breaks the mental block. I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
yeah,
Cause the thing
I'm
about it
glad
is,
that works for some
and
people.
then in the hood though, move the camera back over, bro. When in the hood though, um, hey Jay, move the camera over a little bit. There you go, a little bit more, a little bit more. There you go. Now the thing about in the hood though, people can't afford therapy though, bro. You could be talking about like $100 an hour, man.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't think maybe spanking a child that has special needs till they go
Bro,
away.
in the '80s and '90s, bro, before they put scan in, you really didn't hear about ADD that much, bro. They came after. They took
But you
away
know what I mean.
discipline at home and stuff.
Discovery of something doesn't mean it wasn't always there. You didn't.
But I'm saying it could have been always there. But the remedy there, I guess it wasn't approved, FDA approved, I guess. But you didn't hear about it as much. You didn't have to take what is it, retinol and all that stuff.
Redland.
Yeah,
Uh,
Ritalin. Yeah, Ritalin and all that stuff. Yeah. Think about it. I mean, we're just going to dump or something. I know, I ain't gonna put my mom out there. My mom would check me out and beat the brain, and he straighten me right on up, take me right back to school, man.
yeah,
Check me back
but
in.
like
You know what I'm saying?
if
And if she
I had
didn't do that, I probably would have been out of control without
I had to
question.
do it to Mr. King. I mean, his mom would come to school and give him spankings, and he would keep doing his behavior. I don't think he maybe necessarily wanted to do the behavior, like is it attention seeking, but you know what I mean. He was just always on. Um,
Well, she, I
anybody
don't
with
know if she
common
knew
sense,
how. Some
anybody with
parents,
common sense would
yeah,
know. Hey, I don't want this consequence. I need to stop this behavior. I don't think he could help it,
dude,
right? And
it's some parents that can whoop their kids and it's be like, and then there's some parents who whoop their kids and it's like roots, man. They hit you that time and you gonna say, Toby, man. You say,
but I mean, I remember
Toby, my
seeing.
name is Toby.
I remember seeing this kid, with whips. You know what I mean? He was getting. I mean, he was getting.
No,
He was getting some serious whoopings.
yeah,
Like even in school, and crying. I mean, so he
yeah,
faced the embarrassment of getting whoopings in school.
yeah,
He got whoopings at home, and he would just still act out. And it
yeah.
wasn't mean or malicious. I think he had, you know what I mean,
Mm.
like an issue. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think when you get to that point, it's kind of crazy. You know what
He,
I'm
I
saying?
mean, and he wasn't a bad kid. I mean, everything he was funny, uh,
Yeah.
but I don't think being
It's like a
funny is
living
that.
color. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think funny was worth those the
No.
discipline he
Mm.
received. And I think
I think what I used to do was I used to be funny all the way up to the point where I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble, then I stop. It just depends on the teacher, you know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get my 2 strikes
I know
every
Mr.
day.
Richardson, he wasn't gonna call. He ain't like that. He like, I'm not finna waste time calling parents and stuff.
Yeah, but
You
he'll
know what
get
I'm
you
saying?
together. And I think I'm gonna use my like if you got I get 4 files before I file out. You know what I mean? I'm
But he
gonna use
not
all
did
my
he
four
ever
files.
write somebody up? I don't know if he ever wrote anybody up. I never
I'm
got
pretty
written up
sure he
by him.
did, but not like
I
me.
never got written up.
Me either. But
I
you
guess
know
I
what I
used to
mean?
make him laugh though. I think when he wanted to laugh, he would kick me out the classroom. I think he would tell me to go out sit out in the hallway to keep from laughing.
Uh, but I think a
Oh
lot of
man.
kids before the discovery or the research was in, I just think some kids were removed from school or maybe put in special ed that just really were hyperactive or
Yeah.
they just passed them
And I
or
was just joking about the
those
discipline,
were
by
the
the way. So
dropouts.
don't try to troll us. I was just joking about the discipline, by the way. But
Yeah,
don't
I
let
think
try to troll us.
those kids, the
Even
ones
adults
that
though. I mean, you think
were
about adults,
slipping
you
crack.
know, how much do I need to make? You know what I'm saying? How do I pay all my bills this month? You know what I'm saying? At my job, how do I survive day to day? Like, what do I gotta avoid, to stay here for a while? You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
all kind of little nuanced stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, even when you think about like let's say you talk about peer pressure, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to have to live in this place and then everybody looking at me like, I'm food on the menu, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to try me or,
yeah,
they
exactly.
if I live in these apartments, are they gonna try to rob me? You know what I'm saying? Are they gonna kick in my door when I go to work and take my stuff that I work hard for? It's a lot of little stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Anxiety and things like that. And then
Yeah.
I talk to people that are truly intelligent, right? And I know some people are
Book
easy
smart or
intelligent.
life smart? Book smart or life
No,
smart?
I mean I'm going to kind of go into that.
Yeah.
They're easy intelligent, like oh math and nothing to me. I don't really have to study and things like that. And then are
Yeah.
some people that have to work hard, but they
Mm,
still get it. They have the
yeah.
ability to study all night or study something. Repetition gets it for them,
Right.
right? So when you get out of high school and you're an adult, you know what I mean? I'm just not learning. I'm not getting this. I'm reading it. I'm doing it. And that kind of higher education kind of exposes that to you.
Yeah.
And then you get a cycle like, oh, I can't move up in life if I don't grasp a skill. I'm
Yes.
nothing. I don't have any worth without a college degree or without these skills. And you know what I mean? And then you start thinking about what you can't do. And if I can't move up, you know what I mean? I can't live on this salary. And then these feelings build up anxiety, fear, feeling stuck for something you can't help. You know what I mean? And then like, well, nobody ain't that dumb. Man, if you're that dumb, you will be in SSI. Well, you're just kind of smart. You can be hard. Well, I just work hard. I study a lot. Some people, even with studying, they don't
Yeah.
get stuff, and people are like, nah, ain't nobody like that because they can't see because we see things through our perspective. Like, right,
Right.
I
Yeah.
know I can pass a class, even if I study hard, even the hard ones. I just can just like study more or focus,
Yeah.
And I'm looking at
And
somebody
see,
that,
I'm not the most academic either, but going back to school, I learned it's really not more. Some people are more academic, but it's really about the endurance, though. Some people that are real academic, they'll still drop the class right before class end, though, the semester end. You know what I'm saying? Or withdraw, I guess. And then sometimes people like me that ain't academic, you just gonna feel your way through, kind of figure it out, and you do what you need to do to get out of that thing. You know what I'm saying? And pass. You know what I'm saying? Because some teachers, not all, but some teachers, they just want to see if you're gonna endure the whole semester. You know what I'm saying? And then there's some teachers that give you a bunch of work. You can kind of get a feel for them. It's like this teacher is probably gonna be dishing out work and homework like crazy. And then there's some teachers that understand. You're an adult. You really don't have time to do like a bunch of homework. Like a person that's like 18 out of high school is still got that kind of drive. You know what I'm saying?
and you know
So
what I mean. You're talking about, and then like again, you're talking about somebody or people who can do it with choice if they had a time, if they had more time, they had
right.
focus and stuff like that. We're talking about somebody who read the book every
Hmm.
day, read the
Hmm.
chapter twice, studied before the test, and still made a D. Like got 60% of the information, and they read the chapter 3 times. Um, I don't, I mean, maybe I think it's something wrong, or maybe they learn different. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I learned different. I think I learned through analogies and things got to make sense to me, like through analogy wise or something. Like we compare something to football, like this remind me of this football play or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I think the person, the individual, has to understand how they learn. You got to know who you are, though. That's the thing. How many people you think really know who they are, though? Can really say who they are? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, and then even if you can, or even if you could, that
Yeah.
changes.
Right.
And you gotta
Yeah.
accept that
Definitely.
change in yourself as well. You know
That
what I mean?
goes into our next actually topic, right? Can a person adjust to the times when things are changing? Can some people are not good that some people can kind of see it when it's changing, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like when we used to work at the hospital, right? We kind of seen that, dude, they're not giving out raises no more. They're using this economy stuff for an excuse, I guess. So they're not giving out raises, but they're giving out free backpacks every, what I'm saying, every quarter instead of giving out raises. You know what I'm saying? People lining up around the corner to get a free backpack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, coming into the maturity and age. All right,
Yeah,
there's no career tree, no career progression, gradual. No matter how hard I work, you know what I mean. This is going to be this,
yeah,
and you really got to move around. The loyalty thing, being a loyal and being a family, your department,
right.
that's not going to help your kind of growth. So
Yeah. Yeah, I think 80s and 90s, you probably didn't have to have a degree. You could really work your way up. It's probably still a long ladder to climb, but then I think 2000s, you could probably still do it, but they'll find a way to disqualify you. It's kind of like a weird game, you know. Don't give them any way to disqualify you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Um,
mean, even if you're and that goes for the entrepreneurs too. Well, I just
yeah,
make this, or I just sell this. You know
yeah,
what I mean? And this is my company I made from the ground up. They're
right,
going to try to find some way to police or regulate what you do, who you
right.
hire, and everything like that.
And then understanding, I think that's the mental health part too. A lot of people they have the most optimistic mind. Things gonna go right until they don't, and I think that kind of messes with you. Kind of like when you cut grass, but because you live in the area, everybody can't afford that. But you had the plan was good, the business plan was good, but the people in the area, the feasibility, it just didn't make sense. It's just like you would think Whataburger would have made money if they'd opened up in Southwest, but they over there on Chenal, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, where the high end area is, I guess. They'll probably make more money over there probably than they would in Southwest, you know what I'm saying? because you're gonna be competing with McDonald's and Wendy's and everything. It ain't that many. I think they only got a McDonald's over there in the promenade. I think that's it. As far as fast food, next to a Taco Bell. But
Next to a
I don't
Taco
really eat
Bell,
Whataburger like that. It's almost like another Burger King to me though. So,
like I said, I really like it.
oh, you like Whataburger?
Yeah. But but it's not like one of the things. Like if they added $1 to everything they got, I wouldn't eat there. Like you know what I mean, or something like that. And I'm not definitely not driving
Oh, all
that
the way over
far
there,
out of my way to go get
man.
there.
They
Like
they've
every
been
no,
crowded for almost a month and a half, bro.
uh,
Insane.
yeah, I will go. If I'm in Texas, I'll stop by, but I'm never driving to Texas for that or
Yeah.
the nearest one that was here before that. It's like hamburger. I make pretty good hamburgers myself. You know what I mean? So it's something I would basically get on the go or something like that. So
So our next question is: in this time, do you believe in leadership as a man in this time in 2023?
like, do you believe in
In
leadership?
leadership,
Like what?
yeah,
That's kind of
leadership,
broad. Like so, the leadership structure,
like
or
leadership at work. Do you believe in like mentorship, like good leadership, not just any leadership, but
I mean, like,
good
I
leadership.
think it's good, you know what I mean, to have a good leader and to follow, a good leader or plan, or if you're not that yourself. But, like, do I believe in leadership? Are you saying
Yeah, because
that I
most of the dudes in Southwest,
believe as
we
in men, like, you should try to be a leader, or you should be
I
in
guess what I'm
leadership if you're a
the
man?
the angle that I'm coming from is us growing up in Southwest, right? It wasn't a lot of older dudes that was bringing like good leadership. So we really didn't fool with a lot of older guys like that. So sometimes when you don't grow up fooling with older guys like that, it's hard to really accept somebody else leading you because you've been kind of leading yourself the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's being coachable, being teachable. Like a
Yeah,
lot of times, the unsung heroes, maybe some of the undereducated, maybe college dropouts, or maybe the college players that didn't go pro, when they come
yeah,
back and be coaches at a boys club or high school or junior high, you know what I mean? Those
yeah,
aren't high salary jobs.
right,
But I know so many men now
yeah,
that influence, that leadership curved who they are in a positive light. You know
right,
what I mean? People or women may see, oh man, he just coached junior high, but he's changed so many young men's
yeah,
life, teaching
yeah,
them discipline, being coachable, learning something, having more self worth. So, in every level, pee wee, kindergartners, when people kind of just give back or they choose to be teachers.
What about
You know,
spiritual leader? You think you believe in a spiritual leader?
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Because when I was younger, when my like losing my dad, I tell my wife this all the time. Losing my dad at like 12, 13, something like that. My perspective is totally different. Like when I was younger, like father figure and all that stuff, I really didn't even like. I'm thought I'm too old for that. Be trying to like uh you know find like father figures and all that. Like once they get past a certain age, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to be a man on your own. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but
for me,
and
I
I
didn't. When I go ahead.
no, I agree totally. You know what I mean. But you, as a man, as a boy, you still got to look for knowledge that you don't have. You know what I mean. A
Right,
lot of
and
times,
that's what I'm saying. I did, but I think I learned through life and seeing other things and things happen to people, and like learning from other people's choices and decisions as well. Because I didn't have that father figure around. Because sometimes when it's not your actual biological father, it's really hard sometimes because you may see other things about that person that they don't even know that you're seeing. You see what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
this dude telling you, a dude telling you to be nice to women, but he actually, abusive to the mug. You know what I'm saying? Just crazy stuff like that.
so, and you're saying that as a child, people, I mean, call it immature, call it discernment, whatever you want, positive or
Yeah,
negative, right? So people get that a lot with their spiritual leaders, right? So
yeah,
a spiritual leader can tell you something, give you something good advice, can back it up with scripture or science, whatever you choose.
Right.
They can back it up, but I can't take advice from him because he beats his wife. Because he's cheating on his wife. Because he does this or he's a homosexual or whatever. I can't take his advice.
I think it's
On,
more. I think it was more for me. Like
but
it's
you can see it like
no,
you.
no, 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 no. Listen to what I'm saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I understand that too. What I'm saying is, it wasn't just that. I think too, somebody that's talking to you that biologically know you, like you from this person's DNA, is different than somebody that don't know you, like that don't know what you cut from. You know what I'm saying? Like when you have both of your parents and they know because you from them, they know their tendencies and stuff like that. Sometimes people that's leading you don't have that same kind of knowledge base. They just kind of like giving you stuff, but sometimes it may be some stuff that can still have you going down a crazy road if you don't really have the sense to process what they're telling you. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that comes back to coachability, right? Because
Yeah,
um, you know how I feel. Certain situations
yeah,
about people being biologically yours or not.
yeah.
Love, compassion, you know what I mean, understanding, kind of bridges that, you know what I mean. But when you lose a father at that age, you kind of, what is this person's motivation in teaching me? Sometimes people have a natural distrust, so they get a
I don't
coach
blame
that's
you.
really involved with them. You don't
Yeah.
know me, you don't really care about me, you know what I mean. My daddy didn't even care about me, so it's hard for you to accept guidance, love, leadership, and mentorship because you can't tell me nothing because you're not my dad. And you
Mm,
kind of
I don't think
build
it
this
was
subconscious
that.
wall. I know grown men today
Hmm.
don't like to hear stuff from men or people in general or a stepdaddy. What's your motivation
Hmm.
about being good to me? You only want to be nice or good to me because you want my mom or something from my mom. You know what I mean? They've been married to your mama for 10 years. They not trying to get her. They got
Right.
her. You know what I mean? They just probably want to just still be good to you. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you're holding out their faith. Well, my daddy would have been better, but your dad passed, or your dad's in
Yeah.
jail, or your daddy doesn't want to be in your life, but you still kind of glorify,
Because even when we talk about like the conditioning and stuff, we was talking about the last podcast, right? Um, the having people that tell you about different fields, like most of the people in the inner city, in my opinion, they usually tell you to get a solid job and just work that job all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Some people, it's like mixed. It's like a mixed thing about going to school or something like that. But you don't really hear about apprenticeships as much. Matter of fact, you don't even see a lot of African American trades like you used to. Maybe electrician, but when the last time you seen an African American roofing company? You know what I'm saying? You don't see too many of them no more. You know what I'm saying? Like doing roofing and stuff like that. But it used to be a time where you used to be a lot of African American like service stations, like tires and changing oil. Because I worked at a couple one before, but you don't even see too many of those anymore. You know what I'm saying? And it's and
you
you know
know.
that leadership, man. I think it's kind of like it get lost in the sauce and it's just life because dudes just always trying to find that next hustle instead of trying to find something that's consistent.
But I mean,
And
I think that's the thing though. With education, they say, well, that's a risk. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
keep your head down and do your job, and you know what I mean. They'll take care of you because you don't want that. But everything you do is a risk. You know what I mean?
right,
Picking your like we're saying, um, picking your major, picking your education or your skill, going to a career and researching that career is very important.
right,
Uh, people, some people don't even want to own a gas station because I work at a gas station. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They don't want that stigma. You know what I mean? Like, well, I'm still a working man. You're a business owner.
right.
Uh, People
Because
don't want those looks.
when I place I go to church at, man, solid dude. Like as far as leadership is concerned, I'm not saying perfect, but I'm saying it's a solid dude. Like that, I didn't see too many. I didn't see too many guys coming up like that. There was just a solid dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, and always been a kind of an objective kind of person. I'm not looking at it from like this person got to be perfect or anything. I'm just saying a person that's really, saying like they take leadership at a point to like he really trying to lead people, not trying to like manipulate you or nothing like that, but really just trying to like get you to understand how this thing work, how life works. You know what I'm saying? And I think that part, because everybody, I guess what I learned growing up, everybody not built. They can't teach you from their experience. They not built like that to teach you from their experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, then
And I think that's the thing that I guess I was trying to say earlier. Like everybody can't, they can't say, or they not that transparent like that to say, hey, don't be like I was. Be better than me. Don't be out here trying to do this how to be a player thing. Do be better than me. Don't be like that. Because that ain't how the world is, man. You could really put yourself in a bad situation. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, people try to hold you. You know, you're giving them a good advice, like you're an accountant, whatever, and they want
yeah.
to try to hold you to the things you did,
Right.
be
Yeah.
accountable, so they can't accept it. And then him being a spiritual leader, you know what I mean, and still did a job, worked a job, you know what I mean, had a successful marriage and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, why, if he's so good of a preacher, why he ain't got that? And Pastor Johnson, he got this, and Pastor
Boy.
Bishop
Yeah.
Wycliffe got this and that. Why he don't have? If he's so good, like, well,
Yeah. Everybody's
that
situation
that don't
different,
matter.
man.
What did he say to you? Did it move you? Did it
Right.
make sense?
Did it make sense?
So,
Yep.
like, well, the pastor who made $2 million, you feel like his words are empty or they don't apply to you. So, you know what I mean? But he's got $2 million. So that's his value. Like, you know what I'm saying? Does money
Yeah.
determine somebody's value? That's, you know what I mean? So, my hometown preacher does a better sermon than a millionaire preacher. You know what I mean?
For
And,
sure.
he don't really charge me a arm and a leg to go to church. So
So
you got to take your
yeah.
leadership, wisdom, counsel where you can get it, and
Right.
appropriate advice or that knowledge accordingly.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't need it, throw it away. You know what I mean? If you
For
do
sure.
need it and it helps you,
And just be
then appreciate
objective too. Like, don't be subjective. Be objective. That's what I had to learn how to be objective, man. Like, don't look at it from a feelings perspective. Like, everybody's different, man. Everybody grew up in different times, and life shaped and formed different people's perspective. It's almost like growing up in the hood. Sometimes you got to be a psychologist without being a psychologist. You know what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with so many different kinds of people. Everybody
you
not
know,
the same.
learn what works for you.
Yep.
Learn yourself and what works for you, but still be open to grow
Yes.
and take things like, well, sometimes we don't know how much we actually grow until we are faced with a situation. Well, when I was 24, I would have handled it a lot different.
Boy,
So,
for real. All right. Next topic is the corporate topics. Is there a job where there's no stress or no chaos going on? I haven't seen that job yet, but
and people have that dream. Well, I don't believe in dreams. You know what I mean? Dreams are unattainable. Dreams are things to me where you can fly. You have superpowers. You
you're a Marvel, you super character.
yeah,
You're in the
you know you
multiverse.
you're gonna buy unicorns. But
Yeah.
what people consider dreams to me are just goals. You know what I mean? You make a plan, you make short term goals and long
Yeah.
term goals. My goal is to be a famous actor. That's just a goal. That's not a dream. Dreams are impossible
Hmm.
to me. But goals are obtainable. You know what I mean? You can be that famous YouTuber or
Yeah.
actor or basketball player. You work hard, you put in the work, you put in the steps.
Right.
Dreams are something. Well, I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and I'm probably gonna be a millionaire. You know what I
Right.
mean? That's kind of a dream to me.
Yeah.
So, well, how does that relate to the topic, right? So, people always say, well, it works for some people. Well, if you're doing what you love, you never work a day in life. Even if you're a chef, it's gotta be something, and that's your dream job. You love to cook, you love to keep people happy.
Right.
It's gonna be something about being a chef that you don't like. Running your restaurant, you like cooking, but you don't want to manage your
Yeah.
restaurant. You don't
Right.
want to do the billing. You don't want to do the accounting. You don't want to buy supplies. You don't want to do the inventory. So that would be a part of your job that you don't like. So we can decrease the parts of our job that we don't like. Maybe we can hire somebody else to do it. But the lower level jobs don't have that option. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I like my job, but I don't like sending emails. So I'm gonna get somebody to send my emails. Well, I
Right.
can't get that I can't with my salary. I can't pay another person to just answer my emails.
Right.
But it's gonna be something you don't like about any job because
Any
it's
job. That's true.
basically a job. Like what's that? Wise man once told me like if you get a job, uh, 1 to 10, one being the worst, 10 being the best. If your happiness is an 8 or 10, you know what I mean, and then on your stress level, it's about a 10. It ain't worth it. You know what I
Right.
mean. But if you can get one, maybe your pay is a 7 and your stress is a like 2. I mean, that's a pretty good job. You know what I
Right.
mean. Most of the time, when the desired salary goals start to kind of get into place, that stress level kind of goes up with it. So the
Right.
trick in life is to kind of find it, high pay, low stress, what I mean? But that's the dream.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I think it's all about perspective. I think when I was younger, my perspective was still learning, but as I got older, I always understood that every job has gonna have some kind of chaos, whether you like it or not. Learning how to going to McClellan taught me how to operate in chaos and not get caught in the chaos around me, but it's still there. You see what I'm saying? Like, um, stress level, I think is all about perspective, how you deal with it. Like going to McClellan, having to roast every day. You just never know what's around the corner. You know what I'm saying? A job is a breeze. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah,
nothing.
I mean, the social aspect of a job
Yeah,
will never bother me or
yeah,
never bother you.
yeah,
Tammy, in the office, 2 offices down, don't like me. I don't really care.
yeah.
You
Care
know what I
less.
mean?
Nigga, long as
Um,
that check clear. That's
She
all that
don't like
matters.
when you eat your lunch. Well, she cooks fish in the microwave. Well, I just close my door and bring some
Right.
Lysol or Febreze or whatever, so I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And then like
Oh,
when we were younger, both of us, we had jobs. The stress was like 1 or 2. So that's what ideal. Like hidden
yeah.
benefits to the job, very relaxed, laid back, easy. But the pay was desirable. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
like the pay was a 2 or 3 compared to now. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well,
Yeah.
man, I can stick with this money because the job has so many other benefits. You know what
Right.
I mean?
Then as you
Because the
start to
stress
grow,
level.
what happens is it's for young kids. As you start to grow, you start realizing that, dang, I'm paying all my bills, but I only got this much left over. I only got $200 left over after I pay all my bills. How do I make it to my next paycheck?
And you got to get
Uh,
that next level of paycheck.
That's a
You
riddle,
had to
boy.
get out of that comfort zone. So that
Yeah.
job, the comfort was great. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
the stress level was very low.
Right.
So that was my target stress level for a job, but
Yep.
my not my target financial level of the money.
Right.
So you got to get something. Well, the next job got a really good pay, but the stress is terrible.
Boy.
I only could work that before I went crazy for like a couple months. So you
Right.
got to
Yep.
find that fit for
Yeah.
your needs. You know what I mean? You can go crazy, gain a lot of weight, um, kill yourself. You know what I mean? If you stay for the salary and it's really stressing you out. So you got to
Yeah.
find a balance of stress and money and time. Stuff like
And the second question is, how do you deal with personalities on a job? I think a lot of people, like when you work in these jobs, man, it get crazy. You have some people that like just envy other people. I don't know why. It's just weird, man. It's almost like they just built like that. They just like they'll hate on you because you make the job look easy. You know what I'm saying? You don't have the same stress level like everybody else have doing the job, so they think something wrong with you because you know what I'm saying, you don't get phased like, the
They
next
always
person does.
every time they have a problem, they always going to him.
Boy.
Because he knows stuff, and you specifically told them don't come to you with your problems, but now you mad at them because they solving everybody's problems.
Right.
And then some people, you are their entertainment coming to
Right.
work, picking on you is, low key
Right.
their toxic trait.
Right.
They're just
Exactly.
gonna bother you. They're gonna do something. They gotta say
Pessimistic.
something. They gotta
Yeah.
joke. They gotta mess with your lunch.
Right.
Adults stealing other adults' lunches is crazy to me. You know
Yeah.
what I
That's
mean?
crazy.
So
What was that place like? If you steal somebody coke, you could get fired. Was it like the Wells Fargo place or something? They said if you
yeah,
steal a
that
coke, you're
internet,
still a dime. You steal a dime, you're still a dollar.
yeah. You steal a dollar, you steal a million. You know what I mean? That's a thing. But people
Yeah.
always, got problems, and they gonna like if my wife make me mad, I'm gonna come to work and make you mad.
Yeah. And that's the kind of crazy stuff, right? You just never know what that person dealing with, man. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But don't let nobody come between you and your money, man. That's what I say. Don't let nobody come between you and your money, even though sometimes it can be tough. But and then the last question on this reality part about the corporate world is, does it make a difference interviewing? Do you
Was
think a
that?
suit make a difference? Wearing a suit when you're interviewing, do you think it make a difference?
It shows effort. Like a lot of this don't like. You would say be you. It don't matter. You know what I mean? But it
Yeah,
kind of does because a lot of people, old school thinking, well, you want to put your best foot forward. A lot of
yeah,
cultures dress for the job you want, not for the job you have.
yeah.
But then since when is telling you to come to work with nice clothes, clean, professional clothes, like too much to ask? Or when is that negative? You know what I
Right.
mean? Well, I don't want to be changed and I want to be this and that.
Well, I
Uh,
think when you grow up in the hood, you don't see a lot of dudes with suits on. And the people with suits on really don't live in the hood like that. Some of them do, some of them don't. A lot of them don't. Like, and when I started working in IT, that's when I started seeing people wearing suits. And then, like I say, you follow the money, you see where stuff at. A lot of the people that had the money was wearing the suits. Well, this is what I say. Like, most jobs over 50,000. When you start getting into like that 60, 70, $80,000, you probably want to wear a suit to the interview. You know what I'm saying? Um, you can wear a button down and some nice slacks too, but I think, you know what I'm saying, it has to be some really sharp stuff. But a suit, most of the people that make money in the corporate world, you can look it up, they probably wearing suits though. You know what I'm saying? Six figures and up, they either wearing suits or really nice button down shirts and some khakis, you know what I'm saying? And dress shoes.
I mean, that's basically the
And
uniform
really tailored
itself.
suits, not just the off the rack suit, tailored suits. Like tailored to your body and stuff like that. So that's
You
what I've
know,
been seeing working in IT. Most of like corporate, those executive guys that's making over six figures. And I'm talking about in Little Rock. I'm not talking about like in bigger cities. I'm talking about in Little Rock. There are people in Little Rock making that. But
I
most
mean, but
of them,
like,
80% of them are wearing suits though. Unless you
but
own your
I'm
own
wearing,
business.
like first of all, like style and stuff like that, personal preference. I'm
Yeah,
wearing a suit to interview at McDonald's. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Suits aren't alien to some people. Like, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
I wear some people wear suits to the club. You know what I mean? Because like the way they make them look and the way they make them
Right.
feel. I went to an interview at the dollar store. You know what I mean? Yeah, I outdressed my the
Managers in the
person
job.
interviewing me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, uh, and that's
And so I didn't
sometimes.
even start wearing suits until my late 20s, I think.
But then you got to think about like what would you wearing clothes for? You wearing clothes to cover your body only. You know what I mean? And what you thought
No,
looked good
man, we was just 20 dressing to impress the girls, bro. To be honest,
or
man.
whatever. I mean, but
Yeah.
exactly. So
You
that's
ain't
what you're
buying no suits.
doing.
You buying your
So
bows and all this other
so and
stuff,
then
man.
like look at that too. Like what kind of girls are you targeting?
That's true.
So what
That's
kind of
very, very
girls
true.
am I going to get with a throwback jersey? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Versus nice three-piece tailored suit. You know what I mean? So which girl do you want? Like
Yeah.
now, so the taste in girls kind of change. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You got a wool tie. You know what I mean? What kind of girls going for a square wool tie?
Yeah.
So
So
so,
next topic, yeah, and as I agree, man, for real. And the next topic is diversity. It says 77% of the workforce is made up of white people. This is according to a website. I think is it ZipRecruiter? I think it was ZipRecruiter. It said Hispanic or Latino people make up 18% of the workforce. Black people make up 13% of the workforce, and Asian people make up 7% of the workforce as of 2021. Um, no,
That's
I
funny.
think that was I think that's on the Bureau, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics or something like that. And I definitely see. Uh, I know in Little Rock, I know in IT, it's not that many black dudes in IT. It's
Or,
some, but it's not a lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of the mid-level to high-level jobs, you don't see a lot of like minority males. You know what I'm saying? Even Latino, you don't see a lot of them. You see a few of them here and there, but you don't see a lot of them. And you got to think we just 2 years, few years ago, we just got the first black mayor. You know what I'm saying? So
and,
diversity is
president either. So that's you got to think of where you live. In Arkansas, or you live in
yeah,
what city you're living in, Little Rock versus Atlanta. But another thing too, I don't. When people keep throwing statistics out like this,
yeah,
what percentage of Americans, like Americans that just live in America, are minorities, right? Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean? What percentage of the country, the males, are black males? You know what I
Mm.
mean? Or
That's
or
not locked
Latino
up.
males.
Yeah,
So that will reflect the jobs. You know what I mean? If the country is mostly white males, the workforce is going to reflect white males. So
but
like,
I
yeah,
wonder too
we
though.
go up.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
no, I wonder too though. Like how many black males are qualified as far as education wise, but as far as social wise, they may not be qualified because they either like say we talked about that last time. You could be academic smart, but you may not be corporate smart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how many people are education they're academically qualified but corporately disqualified? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you got to deal with that too. So
Yeah,
like the glass ceiling or the gatekeepers. So even
yeah,
though when you do get the education, so a lot of people say, well, the numbers say black people, black males aren't graduating college at a rate, but you know what I mean. It's all black colleges graduating full classes. Minorities. You know what I mean.
yeah,
What's they called? Historically black colleges
yeah.
with like 90%
I mean, I can tell you,
African Americans,
bro.
and they graduate classes every year,
I'm
but
telling
that's
you,
not like
going
a
to the college I
significant.
go to, it really ain't a lot of us is in that mug. You know what I'm saying? It's some.
But you got to realize how many is not a lot of us in this country,
Yeah,
even though every time you go to Walmart,
I
you
see what you're
see
saying. Yeah,
us. You know what I mean? Every time,
but that's in
uh,
our neighborhood, though. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
every time you go to Atlanta, you see a lot of us. You know what I mean? Well, like,
Yeah, go to Wyoming or something.
yeah,
Go to
go to Nebraska. I
Idaho.
mean, it's like,
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
keep thinking it's more of us than it really is.
that's
And you
true.
want
Yeah,
that to reflect what you feel in the workforce. You know what I mean?
like if you're a
Uh,
woman now,
because
like
people, because
yeah,
people always say this. Well, women ain't getting the jobs. You know what I mean? But to
nah,
me
that's
personally,
changing.
I
Yeah,
see women everywhere.
yes,
Like sometimes in my personal life, when I see leadership, you know what I mean, and step at the top, like all the mid level are
yeah,
women.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is the best time
Especially
for
when
women right now.
and
Like
stuff like that.
yeah, if we're talking about
But
equality,
just
this
because I see it a
yeah,
lot in my personal life, that doesn't mean that's the majority of
this
places.
yeah,
So
this is the best time for women to capitalize. I mean, I've seen um I remember when we was coming up, you just didn't see you didn't see a lot of women CEOs and stuff like that. But now it's almost across the board now. But yeah, this is the best time for women, especially minority women. If you got social skills and you got the education, there ain't no reason why you can't level up.
I mean,
Especially nowadays.
but see,
Man,
and that's a feeling that you
what's
have.
that?
You know what I mean?
I'm
But
talking about I see with my own two eyes.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
what you see from your perspective. Now,
yeah,
it's a woman with two PhDs that can't get a job, saying that perspective ain't her experience.
But I wonder if she being honest with herself though about
Well,
her
hey,
skill
look,
set. Yeah,
we're not
that's what
going
I'm
to go
saying.
into what's her fault and what she
No,
got
it's
the
not her
education.
fault, but I'm saying,
But it's
yeah,
some of that is her responsibility. But we can't start having strong opinions about stuff based on just what we see as the 90% of the information that we or perspective that we're giving out on a certain topic, because
okay.
without the research.
All right, next topic. Things to think about. How does a person's health change when they graduate high school?
High school, you're basically immortal. Well, you can eat anything. You don't need that
Boy,
much sleep.
boy,
You can probably run, touch your toes.
boy.
Uh, you know, every year after 25 is downhill. Um, the
Boy,
same foods you used to eat, you know what I mean? You can gain 5 pounds in a month eating that same stuff.
man.
Your blood
Yeah.
pressure starts to creep up if you're a minority.
Metabolism slow down.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
Man.
Especially if you're smoking and drinking, being reckless. You know what I mean? Ooh, boy, you might wake up dead. So,
Yeah. I know working on the college campus, you have to walk everywhere. So I've lost a lot of weight, but
and
man.
I know people who don't drink religiously, don't drink water.
Topic realistic or cap. This is our segment, realistic or cap. A woman online, I think everybody probably heard this by now. We just not talking about it. A woman online says she would not date a bus driver. And the question I had, did the social media mess up people's expectations when making decisions on who they will date?
Yeah. I think anybody's preferences, you can't somebody don't want to date somebody with big feet. That's
Oh,
a
definitely.
thing, or whatever it is, shallow or deep. That's their preference. Whatever the justification behind it,
Right.
with the know your worth trend going on, they always aim to the high end of your worth. Like, what if your worth ain't high end? Well, what determines that? Everybody is worth $1 billion. You know what I mean? That really can't kind of be true. You know, um, she sees a bus driver as this or that. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand people want somebody with potential growth and things like that. Hustler, go getter mentality. I'll go get it. You should be too.
Right.
Um, and sometimes people who do things like people who graduate college, or
Right.
people who own their business, or
Right.
people who are millionaires or billionaires. If I'm a billionaire, you can be one too. Um, if you believe that, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. You know, some people say, well, you was a billionaire because you had these opportunities, or billionaires. If that was true, why aren't more people billionaires? Oh,
Right.
they just don't work hard enough. But it's got to be a missing factor besides hard work, because I'm
Right.
pretty sure that bus driver works hard. But I guess you got to choose your
And
hard.
see, this is the thing, like, I had to say this. My wife met me probably at my lowest point. I was working part time at Walmart, bro, in the men's department. And she could have wrote me off. She could have said, I don't want to talk to him. Get that dude. I don't want to talk to him. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has their preference. I understand that. If she would have did that, it would have been nothing I could do. I just have to roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Even when we was younger, most dudes know some girls are like, you know what, she out of my league. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fit to fool with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what it's going to entail, and I don't feel like going through what it's going to entail to talk to this person. But yeah, you're right. Everybody has their own preferences, though. Whether it's, you think it's right, wrong, or indifferent, everybody has their own preference. What I will say to a man or woman is you got to be careful not to build this unicorn that don't exist kind of person. You know, it ain't like build a bird. You just go in and build a husband or build a wife. You know, this ain't weird science. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what can happen is you can get to a level that's so high that you're looking for a person that's on that same level and they just don't exist. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard for minorities to even get to some of those levels. You know what I'm saying? And
I
to
think
expect to meet a person that's on that same level sometimes that just don't it may not exist to what you're thinking like it should exist, you know what I'm saying?
so. Question, right? So, if Oprah doesn't find a man that's equal to her or more than her, she can't be happy. She can't, date or anything like that, or anybody like that, right? I don't want to say what you deserve, what you're worth. Whether you're a woman with $1 million or you're a woman with $2, whether you weigh 100 pounds or where you weigh 400 pounds, you all have the same value. You're all priceless. You all are beautiful and you're worth so much. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't want to ever tell somebody to have more realistic expectations or preferences, like the unicorn thing,
Yeah.
because you deserve your unicorn. You really do. Everybody deserves their unicorn.
But what
Right?
if I'm just saying you may not never find it, that's what I'm saying.
You know, keep the dream alive.
Yeah, that's up to you. What I'm saying, and then this here's another thing, right? If some people want another person that's on a higher level, but that person that you're looking at on a higher level may not even look at you at the same way that you're looking at them. You see what I'm saying? That's how I think most social media has messed a lot of things up. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
looking at them, like they're looking at you like you look at the bus driver.
Right.
You know what I mean? So who dates down? Who wants to date down?
But that's what I'm saying. The
But that's
Instagram
okay
models.
for a woman and not okay for
You
a
think
man.
about you think about Instagram models and stuff like that. You know, a dude that's high end, would he be dating down?
Because she don't. Well, she's her beauty is up here, maybe her, but her money's down here, so
Yeah.
it evens out. You know what I mean? But if you're a
Yeah.
beautiful man, but your money down here, it doesn't. I don't like. I don't know the formula. Um, you
Yeah.
know, comment, tell us about that. Um, you know, so I don't really have an opinion on another person's preference,
No, I
what
don't
they
either. I just
like,
saying don't.
because you get on like we don't know. Sometimes we don't know what makes us happy. We can only kind of guess. So we pick the ingredients of what we want, I guess.
Yeah. I just say be realistic. Know yourself though first before you start making everything. Be realistic about yourself though. You may think that you're the $1 million person, but you may not be in reality.
But they think they know themselves. They know they wouldn't be satisfied with somebody who makes less than this. They know that will bother them. You know what?
Right.
Listen, I know I don't deserve this kind of woman, but if I don't have her, I'm going to pick apart the woman, that you think I deserve. So
Yeah.
if I won't be
Because you
happy,
think the lifestyle, you want the person or the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? That's what people not being honest about sometimes. Some people want the lifestyle, not the person,
yeah,
because what they can
oh, yeah.
offer them.
And then they want to create generational wealth, things like that. And then like I think you were telling me about some these billionaires. They're not even giving them their kids all their money. You know
No,
what I mean?
the most of them don't. They always say they don't. They give them like a percentage, like what Bill Gates say, 0.01% or something, or 0.011% of his wealth or something like that, and they got to figure out the rest.
You know
It's
what I
still a
mean?
lot of money though for us. The regular people, it's still a lot of money though.
Exactly. So maybe is that the hope for generational wealth. Well, you want a generational work ethic, character. You know what I mean? That's going to
Yeah,
carry you. But you can't make money like they like your example in Bill Gates doing 1%. Uh, that their goal wasn't to make their answers. I mean, their great grandkids,
Yeah.
rich or billionaires.
Right.
Uh, that's not their goal. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's a lot of people that making $75, $2 million. That's their goal.
Right.
But it only takes one generation. One generation can screw up billions.
Yeah.
There's a thing that was invented called drugs that will make you
Boy.
feel like
Boy.
you on cloud nine.
Boy.
One drug addict or one free
Man, we
spirit
seen
can
people that
donate
win
some money.
settlements. They win what settlements, $13 million settlements, nigga. Smoke it up, man. Gone.
One free spirit can donate the billions you created.
Yeah. Because they
Uh,
don't like you. They didn't like what you stood for.
they
I
can
don't even want
donate
your
that to
money.
world hunger. You know what I mean? They kind of help the world, but their generation of wealth can be gone. Uh, um, not raising people right. But hey, I don't have anything against generational wealth. I'm a pro generational wealth. You know what I mean? If my
Yeah.
son and his son,
Yeah.
and his daughter and
I
his
think if you
her
teach them, if
granddaughter
you actually,
can be good forever, and I can secure my genes, yeah, I'm
I
for
think
that.
if you
But
can actually teach them, I think that's the thing. Are you teaching them how to use the money that you leaving for them? Or are you
or are
just
you giving them
assuming?
everything you never had? But I mean, I
Right.
don't want to tell
Yeah.
you how to raise your kids or
Don't
how
do it
to
either.
spread your generational wealth, how to separate your billions or
You just
millions.
brought it up though. That's what
You
I'm
know what I
saying.
mean?
You just brought it
I
up.
mean, I don't want to tell you how to do that, but I'm saying think about these things. You know what I mean? Or some people can be coming at it from a different angle.
Yeah.
So,
So our last thing, I'd like to do this called pick one: Cracker Barrel or IHOP. Which one?
I love Cracker Barrel's pancakes, but
My wife and daughter, they like Cracker Barrel, man. I
because
can't.
they got the
I don't like
pecan
Cracker.
pancakes. But I mean, I
I'll go
got a
IHOP.
and they got a more natural flavor and they use real butter. But I like the more of the storefront. My son
Yeah.
wanted to come in and be on. Um, he should be in the bed, but I don't. But I will probably go to the way I feel at IHOP is a better feeling uh, than I feel at Cracker Barrel. So I'm gonna go with IHOP. What you going with?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with IHOP, man. I get that split decision breakfast. What's the other one I usually get?
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. I know
That's what you get. That's your favorite, not
I
mine.
know that's yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I usually get
that's your
the
favorite
French
song,
toast, the
the
French
Little
toast.
Richard song, the
No.
uncut uncut version.
How it go?
But you was
How?
telling me.
No. I didn't tell you. I don't know what you're talking about. I was asking you how it go.
Hey, well, look it up, man. That's your favorite
No,
food
you
and
told
your
you brought
favorite
it up to
artist.
me. I don't know. Just say how it go.
But
Sing the lyric for me.
I seen a girl that was 110 pounds eat the omelet meal, the hash browns, the three pancakes. And I was like, man, I'm a grown man and I can't do that. You know what I mean?
Nah, I can't eat the whole omelet now. At 40, about to be 40. If I can eat three-quarters of it, I'm good. But I can't eat that whole omelet, bro, and still be functional for the day. Nah, that's something you eat before you go to bed or something. You want to have a good sleep, man. Take some
Yeah, man, you wanna have
ibuprofen or
a
something.
coma.
Huh?
You wanna be in a coma.
So Texas Roadhouse or Logan's? I'm gonna go with Texas Roadhouse though. I like Texas Roadhouse. Logan's, I'll go there if Texas Roadhouse crowded. Then I go ahead and go to Logan's. But I do like Logan's yeast rolls. I like the yeast rolls at Logan's though. But I like the steaks at Texas Roadhouse. Those steaks at Texas Roadhouse be pretty awesome though.
I mean,
For how much they charge you for them anyway, for the price,
for the price, yeah,
you can't beat it.
that's unmatched. The quality of food, the consistency of taste and flavor.
Yeah,
Um, uh, I definitely got to go with Texas Roadhouse,
yeah.
cinnamon butter. Um, yeah,
So Walmart or Target?
I'm a Target person. I mean, no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm a Walmart person.
I
I just like the feel of Walmart.
don't know. I think that's
The better grocery side. They deliver. They'll drop You can wait in the parking lot. They can give you stuff. I'm just Walmart. I just really like the experience. Every time I'm out of town, and I usually go on vacations for like a week or something like that, week and a half. Every time I go and I feel homesick, I just go to Walmart because they all look and feel the same. When I want an experience some action, I go to a low income Walmart or the bad Walmart, and it never disappoints. You know what I mean? You're gonna see some wild stuff in Walmart.
First of
Um,
all, I can tell
Target
you.
is too controlled. Mm.
Yeah, first of all, I can tell you, ain't no Walmart like the Southwest Walmart. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying?
Hey man, I
That's
mean,
a
I
one of a kind Walmart. But I
never
don't know.
had
I
a
guess
bad experience.
because I'm getting
Uh,
older, I like Target. I don't know why. It's just maybe I like the modern kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even when I went to this gas station over there on Colonel Glenn, they got the touchscreen gas, like the kiosk gas, where you it's digital now. It's not like the keypad and everything. I don't know. I like the modern stuff. Target it just seemed more modern. I don't know why. It just seemed more modern. I don't know.
but it seems more, it's an illusion. It's an illusion of safety.
They
It's an
sold me a
illusion
dream.
of sophistication. It's an illusion, right? Because Walmart, you know what I mean, they get all the features, online shopping.
Yeah.
They deliver your groceries and your items. The app is really good, up to date. You can get the price. You can price check yourself on your phone. It's really nothing you can't do at Walmart. The return policy is the best on the planet, next to Amazon.
Man, are they
You
paying?
just can't beat Walmart.
Are they paying
Um,
you? Man, you
I mean, you
over
know
there
what I mean.
selling Walmart like you the marketing manager. But nah,
You know what I mean. I
I
wear
think
blue sometimes just to feel like I'm a part of the family.
nah, I don't know. Sometimes Walmart, they be if you go on the wrong day, man, you gonna be in there for a while. It just depends on which one you go to. Now you go to the wrong day in Southwest, like on a what? If somebody get paid every 2 weeks, oh, excuse me, you go on that Friday, man, that thing packed.
Oh
EBT,
yeah,
EBT, was that time of the
because
month? EBT, the 5th of the month or something, it's gonna be packed.
okay, why is Target not packed?
I don't know. I used to go there like around my
Exactly.
lunch break or something at work. They do
Substandard,
be packed. Targets
substandard,
do be packed.
everything.
Maybe that's why I like Target because they not so packed. Maybe I like that. I don't know.
Yeah, because the grocery sorry, the
Is
price,
it? It depends. Which one you go to?
all of them. I don't have good experience. They got a Starbucks in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
Um,
can have a Starbucks in Walmart and Southwest. Nobody buys coffee like that. They
like
just put a
wow,
Starbucks in Southwest by McDonald's by the freeway, and they do okay in the morning.
why would you like? Why would you want them? Okay.
Yeah, because you want to be hyped up, geeked up to buy more stuff at
Exactly,
Target.
exactly. It's hype. It's the
You know what they have? You know what
illusion.
they have in the Walmart? Subway.
They
That
used
one
to have
kid.
McDonald's. That was busting. But
They took it out. The one that
yeah,
canceled, they
I
took it.
know.
Yeah, it's gone.
So the illusion of luxury, that's what you get at Target. The illusion of
Maybe.
luxury.
Yeah, maybe. What's my
But I
next one?
mean, hey, you do your thing. You know what I mean?
So, do you debate to argue or do you debate to learn?
It depends on what I mean. If I'm supporting or standing up for myself, you know what I mean, I'm defend myself and the things and the people I love. Uh, you know, and if I learn something in the process, I mean that'll be good. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not against learning.
right.
Uh, but what we got? What's
Some
it?
people just
Columbia,
purely.
or community bakery? I mean, like the food or just the coffee?
What you mean?
What was your next comparison?
Pa, pa, pa. Let's see. Yeah, crumble or community bakery, like with the cookies.
Yeah. Like I'm just not a dry cookie person. Um, it's just based on the juiciness of my
But
mouth.
you eat turkey breast though. That's like the driest thing, man.
But it's still like kind of like
I
wet.
mean,
It got flavor.
You would drown in Chick-fil-A sauce, man, before you eat the turkey breast because it's so dry, bro.
Sauce is just an accent of no, but no. I mean, I
No,
don't
but
like
the
wet
meat is
food.
still
I mean, I
there.
just don't. I don't like wet food. I don't like smothered stuff. Like
I
what I
don't like
mean,
some other stuff
gravy
either.
covered. Then
Nah.
you got this. Like, why would I fry like a meat, like a chicken fried steak, and then
No,
it's
but I'm
supposed to
saying
be crispy, and then you
baked
put
chicken breast is so dry though. It's like it could almost be like cotton almost. Even if you cook it right, it still come out dry.
the baked chicken. To me, sometimes people cook it, they bake it right.
No,
So
turkey
it's
breast. I
dry.
mean turkey breast.
Baked chicken is slimy on the outside and dry on the inside. Like what's going on? What are y'all doing?
Boy. You talking about crumble or you talking about community bakery?
No. I'm just talking about a weird
Oh,
baked chicken. But
yeah,
I'm going in the community. Um,
yeah.
but I mean, it's just not by much. I like the variety, the deli portion of it. So
Yeah. I mean crumble cookies are good. I like especially with the kids. They like it. It's nostalgia for them, but when I'm on a lunch and I'm trying to grab something, I'm definitely going by community bakery though. Get them Toll House cookies, man. There's something about them Toll House cookies, bro. I don't know what it is, bro. You give me three of them things, boy, and a cream soda, man.
diabetes,
Huh?
diabetes.
If you eat
Listen,
it every day,
I'm
you
drink
probably
sugar and I'm gonna eat it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So,
yeah. Or in
uh,
the morning, get a sausage roll, man. In the morning. But yeah, y'all, we about to get ready to sign out this thing, man. Been on here for a little minute, man. I just want to stop by, drop this podcast, and anything you want to say before we sign out, bro?
no, like, share, and subscribe, comment
Yeah,
your opinion. What Walmart or Target? What y'all say?
yeah. Walmart or Target. Let us know in the comments what you think. Walmart or Target, and
Illusion of luxury.
illusion of luxury or insane chaos. Dude, you gotta, man. Sometimes it be so crowded, you gotta buy some of the electronics to get checked out in the electronics, bro.
See, I mean that's a loophole. You know what I mean? You can use it. I mean, you know,
Well, if you got the extra $20 to get the headphone, or whatever you gotta buy from back there, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy. You got a basket full of groceries and one little piece of the thing from electronics, and they gotta check you out. That's crazy.
Walmart ain't gonna sugarcoat it, and
Nah, they not.
y'all want the sugar coat.
But
So
yeah,
tell us in the comments, Walmart or Target.
yeah, guys, like, share, subscribe. Let us know. Help us get to 1K. That's our goal to get to 1K subscribers. And we're signing out. Anything you want to say before we sign out?
Nah, that's good.
All right, we signing out. Peace.